Okay, we good? Okay. Cell phones are in your box or spaced down. Put them back onto the Velcro, please. Here we go with lesson number 8. Okay. It's long, and you might get confused. So watch closely. Okay. Here we go. I'm recording, by the way. Okay. So what we just did was working with systems. We solved using systems, okay? This consistent, inconsistent stuff, I'm going to talk about it later. Let's just kind of skip over that. Okay, let's start with question number 1. This says solve by using substitution. Okay, so I want you to look at the 2 equations. I want you to label this, you guys, equation number 1 and equation number 2. Okay? If you look at equation number 1, everybody stick right with me, okay? Equation number 1 is solved for y. It would be wonderful if they said solve by substitution and one of your equations was solved for either x or y. Well, the top equation is perfect. It's solved for y. So I'm going to take this equation and I'm going to plug it right there, substitute it in, replace it with 7x minus 1, because that's what y is. So everybody write down x plus y, which is 7x minus 1, is equal to 7. So all I did is take the second equation, and instead of writing y, I wrote in 7x minus 1. Now I'm just going to solve it. 1x plus 7x is 8x minus 1 equals 7. Move your 1 over. 8x equals 8. Divide by 8, and I get x equals 1. You're going to write your answer as an ordered pair, 1 comma something. The 1 comes first because it's the x. The x comes first. Now, when you do this, you can plug it into either equation. I was overhearing this group of girls right here going through it, and they were trying to decide which equation to use. Does it matter which equation that you use? It doesn't. So I always just go for the easiest. If you're using substitution, guys, the solved equation is always going to be the easiest. Okay? So everybody write down y equals 7 times x, which is 1, minus 1. That's 7 minus 1, which is 6. So your answer is 1 comma 6, and you're done. Okay? Everybody in the room, grab the calculator that I asked you to buy. Okay? Okay, I'm going to show you how to check it, okay? I'm going to point to this calculator right here, which is exactly the calculator you have, and I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? So everybody hit the number 1, and then I want you to hit this store button. It's on the left-hand side, second button up right there that I'm hitting, okay? And then something that says A, B, C, D, E pops up, and the A is underlined. Just hit enter right there. So right now the calculator thinks that A is 1. That's just like x being 1. Now we know that y is 2. So everybody hit the 6, then hit that store button, and now I don't want to hit enter because that would put it in as A, and I already put in 1 as A. So click to the right, now you're on B, hit enter, so now the calculator thinks that B is 6. Okay? Now go to the original equation. Wherever you see an x, put an A. Wherever you see y, put in a B. So just go into the top equation, you guys. You'd have y equals, well, y is 6, so that would be 6 equals. And then let's put in 7x minus 1 in your calculator. Okay, so everybody hit 7. I'm putting in the 7x minus 1. You're going to hit this button right here, guys, above the store, this membar button. Hit that. And then it recalls what you put in. So my x was an A, so I'm going to hit enter right there. And then I'm going to go minus 1, hit enter, and I got a 6, which is what I was supposed to get. Do the next one. Is x plus y 7? Guys, I don't even have to put it in my calculator. I know that 1 plus 6 is 7, okay? I just want to show you how to pull it up on your calculator. So everybody just punch this in with me just for practice. Hit membar, enter, plus membar, right, enter, enter, and that's how you would put it in. Of course you wouldn't put it in because it was easy, but it won't always be easy, just so you guys know, okay? Okay, let's look at example 2. You guys call this equation 1, call this equation 2, okay? Now I want you to look right here for a second. Everybody just kind of stick with me here. So do you see here in front of the x how you have a negative 2? It would not be smart to solve the top equation for y, because when you solve it for y, you're going to have to divide by a negative 2, and everybody in the room tell me, what am I creating at that point? Fractions, and I don't want fractions, okay? Look at the next equation. Would it be easy and wise to solve equation 2 for x? Talk to me, everybody. Yes or no? Okay, let's do it. Nobody's answering, so let's do it. Okay, let's solve equation number 2 for x. So everybody write down 2x equals negative 5y minus 8. Let's divide by 2. So now I have x equals negative 5/2 y minus 4. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it into equation 1, the other equation, wherever I see an x. Really? Was that smart? Was that wise? Wise, not wise? You've got a terrible fraction. Why would you do that to yourself? So when you use substitution, which is what they want us to use on this, you guys, you have to look for the variable that doesn't have anything in front of it. So you only have one good choice, you guys, and it's right there. The problem's going to be so much easier if you solve equation 1 for x, because you're not going to have fractions. Who says I'm with you? Raise your hand. Let me see. Great. So everybody write down x equals 2y plus 5. That was originally equation 1. So you're going to substitute it into the other equation, equation 2. So right here, guys, where I see an x, I'm not going to put an x anymore. I'm going to put 2y plus 5. So everybody go 2 parenthesis, 2y plus 5, close your parenthesis, plus 5y equals negative 8. Some people will solve equation 1 and then plug it into equation 1. No, you plug it into equation 2. Everybody stop for 2 seconds. Raise your hand if you're following me. Big raise up. Okay, wonderful. Let's keep going. So let's go 4y plus 10. Make sure you don't go ahead of me, okay? Plus 5y equals negative 8. That gives you 9y plus 10 equals negative 8. Move your 10 over. 9y equals negative 18. Divide by 9. Y equals negative 2. Guys, look up at my work. Look how easy it is to follow my work and understand it. I'm going down the paper. It's organized. It's clean. Everything's good. Okay, so your y is a negative 2. So that negative 2 is going to come second. If you're using elimination, guys, the easiest place to plug back into is to the solved equation, the one that's solved for x or y. So everybody go x equals 2 times y, which is a negative 2 plus 5. 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4, and negative 4 plus 5 is a 1. There's your answer. Okay? Okay, now we're going to check one more time. Okay? I'm going to show you how to check one more time. So stick right here with me. Everybody clear your calculator out. I have to put 1 in for A and negative 2 in for B, okay? So everybody go 1, store, and then hit your equal sign, your enter. Now you hit the negative. You guys, the negative is underneath the 3. So go negative 2, and then hit store. Tell me what to hit right now. To the right, so you're on top of the B, and then hit enter, okay? Now look what I'm putting in my calculator, guys, right here. X minus 2y equals 5. Okay, so everybody hit membar, enter, minus 2, membar right, enter, enter, I got a 5. Just because the first equation works, does that mean you got it right, that the second one will work? No. So you have to check the second one. So everybody go 2, membar, enter, plus 5, membar right, enter, enter, I got a negative 8, and I'm sure I'm right. Do you have to do that? Nope. But if your test is done, and you've got a few minutes, it's super, super smart to test that, okay? And we'll get so fast at it, you guys, that will take you less than a minute. You'll just sit and punch it. It'll be so easy, okay? Okay, solve by using elimination. Okay, this is example 3. So guys, look right here. Don't write for just a second, but look. If I added these equations together right here, I would get 7x plus 3y equals 23. Did that do me any good? Did anything go away? No, I just got a third equation, which doesn't do me any good. Are any of these coefficients meaning these, 3 and 4 are not the same, 1 and 2 are not the same, so it's not like I can just change signs and something will happen easily, okay? But guys, look right here. See this 1 right there? You want to use that 1 to your advantage. If there's ever a 1, use it, okay? You guys, I can turn the 1y into a negative 2y. Then a negative 2y and a positive 2y will cancel out. How can I turn a 1 into a negative 2, everybody? What do I do? Times by negative 2. So I want you to put a negative 2 right there. And then I want you to write underneath the second equation, write negative 6x minus 2y equals negative 14. Stop right here for 2 seconds. I noticed during the activity, some of you kept these, look right here for a second, you kept those positive, and then you were subtracting in your head. So you said 4 subtract 6 is a negative 2x. 2 subtract 2y, that goes away. 16 subtract 4 is a 2. That's right. Don't do that. You're going to mess up. So literally change the signs on your paper. So this would be negative 6x minus 2y equals negative 14. Now the y's go away. 4x minus 6x is a negative 2x equals positive 2. Now write with me. Divide by negative 2, and you get x equals negative 1. Okay, come over here, put a negative 1. You guys, here's the tough part about elimination. Look at the 2 original equations. Neither one of those is solved for x or y. So it's not going to be as easy to find the y now. Okay, look where you can go. You could go here, you could go here, and you could go here. They're all going to give you the same answer. You guys, choose the easiest one. What's the easiest equation, 1, 2, or 3, to put a negative 1 in for x and solve for y? What would you do? I would do 1 for sure. Okay, so I'm going to put a negative 1 right there. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 plus y equals 7. Pull my y over, I get y equals 10. My answer is negative 1 comma 10. And I'm done. Who says I gotcha? I'm totally with you. Okay, great. Look at this one. Use elimination. The second I look at it, I'm like, ugh, that's not good. What's not good? Tell me right now. Come on, you guys. What's wrong? Why does this make me growl and go, ugh, when I look at it? Go ahead, honey. What is it? It's set up differently. Everything's not lined up. Let's line everything up. It's going to be easy. So look, take the 7x and pull it that way. So then I'm going to have 7x minus 6y equals 40. Underneath that, write the original equation, 5x plus 4y equals 12. Okay, now everybody stop for a second. Are the 7 and the 5, the x coefficients, are those the same? No. Look at the y, 6 and 4. Okay, they're not the same. So there's so many options. Just like when you guys did the activity, everyone was doing it differently. It's okay, okay? Look right here. This would work. Multiply this guy by 5. Just watch for a second. Multiply this guy by a 7. But that's not going to do it, because then I'll have 35 and 35. So one of them has to be a negative. That would work, okay? I would not do that. I would not do that. And I'm going to tell you why. There's an easier way. Sorry, I messed up on my... There we go. There's an easier way. The 6 and the 4, the signs are already opposite. I could do this. Don't write this down, just watch, okay? I could multiply this by a 4, and I could multiply this by a 6. Then I'd get a negative 24 and a positive 24, and that would totally work, okay? I'm not even going to do that. Can anybody see another thing I could do? Go ahead, bud.
Couldn't you multiply the bottom one by 3 and then top one by 2?
Yeah, and then what would that get rid of?
The y.
And why did you choose that instead of 4 and 6? Why did you do that?
Because they're smaller.
The numbers are smaller. Yeah, I would absolutely do that. That would be my choice. Good. Okay, let's distribute. Everybody write down 14x minus 12y equals, is this 40 right here, guys? Is that what that is? Do I write equals 40 here? What is it? 80. Okay, 40 times 2 is 80. You multiply everything by 2. Distribute the 3 and you have 15x plus 12y equals 36. Put a line underneath, cross out the y's, and you have 29x equals 116. Now go 116 divided by 29. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to give you fractional answers. So if you get a fraction, I think you probably did something wrong. X equals 4. So your answer is going to be 4 comma something. Okay, everybody look here for a second. Just look up. I could put it into yellow, pink, blue, right here, green. Any of those are good. Any of them. Choose the easiest. What would you do? What color? I think I'd do yellow. I'm with you. So if x is a 4, then right here you have 5 times 4, which is 20, plus 4y equals 12. Look how nice and neat my work is. 4y equals negative 8. Divide by 4, y equals negative 2. There's your answer, 4 negative 2. Okay? All right. Question 5. Solve this system of equations by graphing. Okay, guys, this one right here is ready to graph. The next one is not ready. So let's solve that guy for y. So I'm going to take that x and I'm pull it over and it becomes a positive. And when I do that, I get y equals x plus 1. Now I'm ready to graph it. Okay, so all I did is take the second equation and solved it for y. Okay, let's graph it. This guy right here, the y-intercept is a negative 1. So I'm going to go down 1 and make a dot right there. Then the slope is 3 over 1. So I'm going to put my pencil on that dot, and I'm going to go up 3 and right 1. Could I draw a line with just those 2 dots? Yes. But I want it to be really accurate because one or more of those dots are going to be solutions. So I'm going to keep going. Right 3 up 1, right 3 up 1, down 3 left 1, down 3 left 1, and then I'm going to draw my line, and it's like super long and super accurate. Okay, let's do the next one. Go up 1, make a dot. The slope is, there's no number in front of the x. Tell me what it is, everybody. It's a 1, so it's 1 over 1, right? Pencil on the red dot, right 1, up 1. I just found where they cross. Make some more dots so that your graph is nice and accurate, but I just found where they cross. The place where they cross, guys, is that green point right there. What's that ordered pair of that dot? It is right 1, that's positive 1, up 2, positive 2. There's my answer. Who says I get that? Let me see up high. Great. Now we're going to do the same system, but now we're going to do substitution or elimination. Everybody write down y equals 3x minus 1 and negative x plus y equals 1. There is not a right or wrong answer to the question I'm about to ask you. What would you use? Would you use substitution or would you use elimination? What would you use? It's ready for substitution. And substitution looks like it's going to be super easy. So I would use substitution. There's no right or wrong answer. Take this y, negative 3x plus 1, and put it right there. Substitute it in for that guy. So it's negative x plus 3x minus 1 equals 1. So now I have 2x minus 1 equals 1. That gives me 2x equals 2, which gives me x equals 1. So I'm going to go 1 comma something. Okay, you could go here, yellow, or you could go here, pink. You guys, if you use substitution, the one that's solved for x or y, the yellow, is always going to be the easiest. So it would be y equals 3 times 1 minus 1. 3 times 1 is 3, minus 1 is 2. So I get 1 comma 2, and I'm done. Look at the answer to question A, and then look at question B. My answer is the same. Someone tell me why my answer is the same. Say it again. It's the same problem. I did one graphing, one substitution or elimination. Of course I'm going to get the same answer. It's the same problem. Okay? All right. Question 6. If you're solving something, this is really important. Say you're using substitution and elimination, and you end up with -4 equals -4. Don't panic. Is -4 equal to -4? Yes or no? Yes. When is it equal? When are they equal to each other? Just some of the time? Always. So what would the answer be? It would just be everything, which would be infinite solutions. Okay, now I want to do something else. Well, it's coming up in just a second. What would the graph of the two equations look like? So listen, I solve one for y, I solve one for y, I graph them. The answer is infinite solutions. What does the graph look like? Can anybody tell me? I don't want you to say it goes up and to the right. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's the same line. You're exactly right, but look right here. Just draw this random line right there. And then the next line has got to be right on top of it. The double arrows means you've got another line right on top of it. And then everything along that line is a solution, which is an infinite number of things. That's why it's infinite solutions. Okay? Look at question C. This is going to happen to you. Okay? So be ready. Right here, you're solving, and you end up with -2 equals 4. Is -2 equal to 4? Tell me that. It's not. Is it always, if it's never equal, are they never equal to each other? Never. So what would the answer be there if you ended up with that? No solution. Perfect. Everybody write no solution. No solution means they're never going to cross. So look, draw a line like this. This is one line. No solution means they never touch, because where they touch is the solution. So what would the other graph have to look like in order for it to be no solution? Someone tell me. You can say it with one word. Parallel. Perfect. Draw a line that's parallel. That's no solution. It's going to look like that when you solve it. Good. Okay, you guys are awesome. You ready? Okay, here's where the tough part comes. Here we go. This is what I need you to do. Do not go ahead of me, and everybody stay calm. Okay? It's going to seem very complicated at first. Okay? Here we go. Call this equation 1. Call this equation 2. Call this equation 3. Stick right with me. I'm going to go slowly. Okay? Look at the x's. 2, -1, and 3. Think of how easy it would be to eliminate the x's. Okay? Just think about it. Then look at the y's. 1, 1, 1. Signs are different, but you get the idea. Look at the z's. 2, 1, and 2. Which variable do you think would be the easiest to eliminate? Tell me. Y's. So what I want you to do, every person in the room, I want you to write eliminate y's. I want you to tell me what you're doing, because if you mess up, I have to try to follow you. Okay? So you guys, over here, I want you to write 1 and 2. So I'm using equation 1. and equation 2, I'm adding those together, and the y's automatically eliminate. So look, guys, 2x minus 1x is an x. A negative y and a positive y goes away. 2z plus 1z is 3z, and 15 plus 3 is 18. So all I did is add equations 1 and 2 together, and the y's went away. Think of the activity we did. What was the next thing we did? We chose 2 different equations and eliminated the y's again. What would be an easy one? I would choose 2 and 3. The reason I would choose 2 and 3, guys, is because they're ready to go right now. So add 2 and 3 together. You guys, you get a negative 1 and a negative x and a positive 3x. That gives me 2x. Then a positive y and a negative y, those go away. 1z plus 2z is 3z. 18 plus 3 is 21. Okay, so I eliminated the y's, and I eliminated the y's again. Who says I'm with you? Raise your hand up high. Okay, great. Don't highlight yours, but look at mine. Now I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to eliminate something else. I'm either going to get rid of the x's or the z's. Look at the x's, 1 and 2. Look at the z's, 3 and 3. What's going to be easier, x's or z's? Z's. So all you have to do is change one of the signs. So I'm going to take this guy and distribute a negative. Does it matter which one I choose? No. Distribute, and you get negative 2x minus 3z equals negative 21. Add them together, the z's go away. 1x minus 2x is negative x equals 18 minus 21 is negative 3. Change the signs, x equals 3. So I'm going to come up here to the top, and I know my answer is going to be x, comma y, comma z, and I know right now that x is 3. Okay, now look what you do. So look what I did. Everybody watch. Eliminated the y's, pulled these together, and I got my x. Now I go back up to the middle into those 2 highlighted equations, and I put a 3 in for x. Which one's going to be easier? It doesn't matter which one you use. Would you use the one on the right, or would you use the one on the left? Talk to me, right or left, guys? I'd choose left, okay, because it looks easier to me. So I'm going to go into this left highlighted equation, and I'm going to put a 3 in for x. So everybody go 3 plus 3z equals 18. Move my 3 over. 3z equals 16, now 15. Divide by 3, and I get z equals 5. Come to where you're writing the answer, put the 5 here. Now I have to find y. You guys, where's the only place in that whole paper that I have y's? Talk to me. Come on, guys, where's it at? At the top, right? Which one's easier? You look at them. 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't matter which one you choose. What would you choose?
2.
I would choose 2. Yep. So let's go negative x. That's going to be negative 3 plus y plus z, which is 5, is equal to 3. So on the left, I have y plus 2 equals 3. Bring my 2 over. I get y equals 1, and my answer is 315. I'm done. Raise your hand if you followed me. Big raise up. Let me see. Okay. Grab your calculators. Okay. I'm going to remind you how to check. 3 is A, 1 is B, 5 is C. Here we go. Everybody go 3. Then hit store, and then hit enter. Then hit 1, then hit store, right, enter. 5, store, right, enter. So now I've got them all programmed in. Go to the very top. 2, membar, enter. Minus membar, right, enter. Plus 2, membar, right, enter. Hit an enter again. I got a 15. So far, so good. Okay, let's do it again. Make sure that you're checking with me. When you get to 1050, guys, you're going to want to check everything you can possibly check. So you've got to learn how to check these things, okay? Everybody go negative membar, enter. Plus membar, right, enter. Plus membar, right, enter, enter. You got a 3. 3 membar, enter. Minus membar, right, enter. Plus 2 membar, right, enter, enter, bam. I know I got it right. Okay? Who says I'm with you? Raise your hand. Okay, everybody in the room stand up. Okay? This is not optional. It's required. Okay? Everybody stand up. Okay. We need a little break with our booties. Okay. I'm mirroring you, which means when I put my right hand up, then you put your left hand up. It's like you're looking in a mirror. Okay? So the first thing we did was this. We chose 2 equations and we eliminated one of the variables over here. Okay, so everybody in the room do this. Okay? Then what was the next thing? We eliminated the same variable over here. So then the next move is here. Now you got 2 hands up. What did I do after I got here? When I had this and this, what did I do? Tell me with words. No, oh, I like the clap. I have never done the clap, and I think we're going to do a clap. I like it. You take these 2, and you eliminate something else. Clap. And you know why we clap? Because when you're down there, you found one. So it makes like, woo, I found one. Then once you find one, okay, once we found one, where did we go to get the next one? Did we do this? Or did we do this? What did we do? Did we go to the tippy top? We went to the middle. We went to the middle. And then where do you find the last one? Tell me. Where do you go? Here. Let's do it again. You ready? You're going to get messed up when you do these. And I'm going to say, what's the next move of the dance? What's the next move of the dance? And you're going to go, oh, oh. Okay, here we go. You ready? Ready? Everyone's doing it. If you don't participate, you're going to come up here and lead like me. Okay, here we go. Step 1, here. Step 2, here. Step 3, here. Step 4, where do you go? Here. Step 5, what is it? Bam, you got it. Let's do it again. Make sure it makes sense with the math. Make sure it makes sense with the math. So as you do the moves, look at the place on the paper that we did it, and it's going to help you what to do. Are we ready? Here we go. Step 1, go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And if you have a bad attitude, like if you're like this, oh, I'm dancing, and I don't want to, you're going to lead, and you're going to lead with a smile. Okay, let's do it one more time. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. If I can see your eyeballs, you're cheating. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. Step 4. Step 5. Yay. Sit. You guys are awesome. You know how to dance. Next time there's a school dance, I expect you to all get up and do that together. Okay, here we go. Okay, equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. We're still going to talk about the dance like for a long, long time. Lots and lots of times. Okay, look. X's, 2, 1, 3. Y's, 1, 3, 2. Z's, 1, 2, 4. They all have ones. Look, 1, 1, 1. The fact that they all have 1 make them all very good options. Okay? Someone tell me what you would choose. What would you choose to eliminate? I heard somebody say Y's. Let's do Y's. I actually don't really like Y's, to be honest with you. I like yellow. The reason I don't like Y's is because that Y's a negative, which I think could get a little, dicey. So I'm going to say X's. I heard somebody say yellow. Okay, so we're going to say eliminate X's. If somebody else did Y's and somebody else did Z's, does it matter? Tell me. No. Okay, so look what you're going to do. Do you see how this is a 1 right there? You're going to use equation 2 over here, and you're going to use equation 2 over here. So you always use the 1. Pay really good attention, okay? So let's do 2 and 1 over here. So what could I do to make the X's eliminate here? I could multiply this by, everybody tell me, -2. So let's write down equation 1, 2x minus y plus z equals 3. Distribute the -2 and you get -2x minus 6y plus 4z equals -22. Then my x's are eliminated and I get -7y plus 5z equals -19. Everybody look forward for just a second. This is all I've done in the dance. You tell me, what have we done? That's it. So what's next? The other side. Do the same thing, but do it over here. I have to eliminate the x's again. Some people go, oh, well, now I'm going to eliminate the y's. No, you have to eliminate the same variable, okay? So I have to use 2 and 3. So what can I do to equation 2, because it has the 1, to make the x's eliminate if I combine it with 3? Multiply by a negative, talk to me. 3, -3, because then you'd have a -3x and a positive 3x, okay? Distribute, and you get -3x minus 9y plus 6z equals -33. Write equation 3 down. 3x minus 2y plus 4z equals 1. Add them together. X's go away again. That's what I needed. So now I have a -11y plus 10z equals -32. Okay, put your pencil down. What did we do? What's the first thing we did? What's the second thing we did? Now what do I have to do? What does that mean? What does clap mean? Take those two and do what? Say it again?
Same thing, elimination.
Eliminate something else, right? So look at my x's. -7 and -11. Look at my z's, 5 and 2. It doesn't matter what you use. Make it the easiest thing possible. What's the easiest thing possible? What's the easiest? The y's or the z's? The z's. So I'm going to multiply this by a -2. Then I'll get a -10z and a positive 10z. Everybody stop for 2 seconds. Yes, sir?
Oh, never mind.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Distribute the -2 and you get 14y minus 10z equals 38. Z's go away. So I have 3y equals 6. Divide by 3, y equals 2. Let's dance. Look, we did this. Do it with me. Did this. Did this. Did this. What's the next move? Here?
No,
Is this it? No. That's this. So where do I go to plug in? The middle. The middle. Right? My hands are in the middle. So one of those blue equations. Okay? What do you choose? The one on the right or the one on the left? They're both kind of ugly, right? I'll just choose this one on the left. Numbers are a little smaller. So you have a -7 times 2. That's a -14. Then you have a plus 5z equals -19. Pull it over. 5z equals -5. Divide by divide by 5, z equals -1. Okay? So I'm going to come over here. I know my z is a -1. I know that my y is a 2. What's the last move? Where do I go on my paper? Tippy top, right? What would you choose? 1, 2, or 3? You choose 1? I choose 2. The reason I would choose 2 is because the x, which is what I'm looking for, is alone. So then I don't have to divide. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to do 2. So it's x. 3 times y, that's 3 times 2 is 6. A -2 times a -1 is a positive 2 is equal to 11. So that gives me x plus 8 equals 11. So that gives me x equals 3. My answer is 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, -1, and I'm done. Okay? All right, let's do 9. So you look at 9, and it looks scary and terrible. It's actually easier than the other guy. Label these equations 1, 2, and 3. I want someone to raise their hand. Don't go ahead of us, okay? Please don't write besides the 1, 2, 3. I want someone to raise your hand and say what you would do and why it's easier. Someone help us. Come on, guys. This is a safe place. Thank you, sweetheart.
Divide the 12 by 3 and z equals 4.
Divide the 12 by 3 and you get z equals 4. So look where we're at. What step are we on if we know z is 4 already? Put your hands there. You're at clap. Clap is when we find the first one, right? So if you divide by 2, I know that z is 4. So it's x comma y comma z is 4. Now look at the two equations that I have left. One is yellow and pink is 2. Where should I put the z? Where does it make more sense? Into 1 or into 2? Why into 2?
Because it's like you just went back up.
It's like you're going back up to the middle. It's got 2 variables. I stick in a 4 for z. Now I only have 1 variable and I can figure out the y. So you've got 3y minus 4 equals negative 1. That gives me 3y equals 3. And that gives me y equals 1. Yes, honey?
What if you did plug in the 4 to the top one? Did you get it all wrong?
No. If you plug the 4 into the top one, then you would have x plus 2y equals 5 when you moved it over, the 4 over. And this would give you 3y minus z equals negative 1. But you know that z is 4, so you could put a 4 right here, right? Now you could eliminate the y's, and then you could end up getting the x's. So tougher, but doable. Like I could multiply this guy by a 3 and this guy by a 2, then I'd have a 6y and a 6y, make one a negative, the y's go away. Does that make sense? So doable, but more work for sure, okay? The only place to find the x's is in the yellow, so I would have x plus 2 times y, that's 2 times 1, which is a 2, plus z, which is 4, is equal to 9. That gives me x plus 6 equals 9. That gives me x equals 3. My answer's 314, and I'm done. So you guys remember this group right here when you got z equals 50 or something, whatever it was during the activity, and I asked you, is that easier, is that tougher, and you thought it was tougher? This is why it's easier right there, because you automatically get to go to the clap and then just build yourself back up. Okay, so that's why. Okay, here's question 10. This one's tough. Tougher. Okay, so everybody watch this one. Label this number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, listen. Listen, listen, listen. Equation 1 has x's and z's. Equation 2 has x's and y's. Equation 3 has y's and z's. Everybody has different variables, okay? Listen. Look at the x's, 1 and 5. Look at the y's, 3 and 3. Look at the z's, 2 and 4. Everybody in the room tell me, what would it be the easiest to eliminate? The y's. So I want everybody to write down eliminate y's. It looks hard, but your dance has actually already started. So we haven't done any math, and your dance has already started. This step is done. How is that step done? Can anybody possibly answer that question? How is this piece of the dance done? Look at equation 1. Equation 1 already doesn't have a y. It's like I already went through and eliminated the y's. So now what do I have to do, guys? This, which is eliminate the y's again. So this is the step I'm on, because I've already got the first step. I already don't have a y. Now I have to get rid of them again. Who says I'm with you? Raise your hand, let me see. Okay, so how do I get rid of these y's? Change one of the signs. I'll change that one. So I'm going to write down 2 and 3, and then I'm going to write down negative 5x minus 3y equals negative 4. Underneath, I'm going to write 3y. Let's put the 3y underneath the other y. And I have minus 4z. Let's put that out in the front because I don't have a z to line it up with. And then I'm going to put equals 4. Okay, so it's smart to line them up. Okay, so now my y's go away. So now I have, I'm going to write the x first. So I'm going to write negative 5x minus 4z is equal to 0. Now, this is what I've done. Look and make sure you understand. This was done. I just did this. What do I do now? What does that mean? eliminate again. Pull those together, eliminate again. You tell me, look at the x's, 1 and -5. Look at the z's, 2 and 4. What would you do? Would you do x's or z's? Come on, guys. Z's, okay. Let's multiply this guy by 2. Then I'll have 4z and -4z, and those will go away. That gives me 2x plus 4z is equal to 12. Z's cancel out. So I have -3x equals positive 12, and I get x equals -4. Come here, put a -4. What's the next step of my dance? Put your hands, what is the next step of my dance? Go. Yes. Go to the middle and plug in x equals -4. Where do I do that? Right here, yellow, or right here, yellow. I'm going to choose the guy on the left. So x is -4 plus 2z equals 6. Move your 4 over. 2z equals 10. Divide, z equals 5. Put a 5 right there. What's the last step of my dance? Show me. Last step. Here. So you got to do a y. I've either got to do, hold on for 2 seconds. I've got to either do 2 or 3. I'm going to choose 2. So that's finished. 5 times -4 is a -20. Plus 3y equals 4. Bring the 20 over. 3y equals 24. Divide. That gives me y equals 8. There's my answer. And I'm done. Okay? Okay, let's see what I didn't get done. It's okay. I think you can do the homework with what you've got. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to finish these right here, and then I'll upload it. Guys, listen. I'm going to finish teaching right now because I'm recording. Then we're going to upload it. You guys go home, fast forward to example 11, finish watching, and then do your homework, okay? Have a great weekend, everybody, okay? See you later. Have a great weekend. Does anybody have a TA period or anything where they want to sit and watch me? So I don't feel stupid teaching myself to an empty room. Just teasing. Have a good day, everybody. Okay, so this is equation 1, 2, and 3. You look at the x's, 3, 1, 2. Look at the y's, 2, 1, 3. Look at the z's, 2, 4, and 6. So what's going to be the easiest to eliminate? Definitely not the z's. The reason you don't want to do the z's is because there's no one z. So you're either going to do x's or y's. I'm going to choose x's. So you go eliminate x's. Okay, so see how equation 2 has a 1 in front of it? You're going to use equation 2 over here, and you're going to use equation 2 over here. Do you need to talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, come up.
Okay, well, I didn't have time to do 18 on the homework.
Okay,
So
just
next time, or
give it to me next time. Give it to me next time. Did you finish it? You can grab it and then finish it and bring it next time.
Would it be late?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, because you didn't do it on purpose. You're not lazy, so that's all I care. Okay, so I'm going to use equations 1 and 2. I'm going to multiply equation 2 by a -3, and then the x's will eliminate. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you. So you have 3x minus 2y plus 4z equals 1. Distribute the -3, and you have -3x minus 3y plus 6z equals -9. X's cancel, and you get -5y plus 10z equals -8. Now I have to eliminate the x's again. This time I'm going to use 2 and 3. I want to use 2 because in front of the x on equation 2 you have a 1. To eliminate the x's on equation 2 with 2 and 3, I'm going to multiply by a -2. So then I'm going to have -2x minus 2y plus 4z equals -6. Write down equation 3, 2x minus 3y plus 6z equals 8. X's cancel, so you have -5y plus 10z is equal to 2. Okay, so I just did the first 2 steps of the dance. The next step is the clap, which means eliminate something again. We'll look at the y's. If I just change the signs here, then I'll have a -5y and a +5y. So I have 5y minus 10z equals 8. Now look what happens. The y's go away and the z's go away. So this is where people panic, but I don't want you to panic. Just keep rolling with it like you always do. So the equals comes down. 5 plus 2 is 10. What do you have on the left-hand side? You have nothing. Everything canceled away. So that means you have a 0. So make sure you write down 0 equals 10. And then analyze that statement. Is 0 equal to 10? No. So the answer would be no solution. Okay? Now, they're going to ask you, is it consistent? Is it inconsistent? You know, all that kind of stuff. So if the answer is no solution, then it is called inconsistent. And that is all you need to worry about. I don't think I'm ever going to ask you the consistent and inconsistent stuff because I don't think it's necessary, but it could be on the midterm. So just know that if something ends up like that, there's no solution, it's inconsistent. I might put something like that on the quiz or a test, so anyway, just know it. Okay, look at example 12. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Look at the x's, 1, 1, 3. Y's, 1, 2, 2. Z's, 1, 3, 7. They all would be great options because every variable has at least one coefficient of a 1. I'm going to choose the x's because there are 2 1s in coefficients of x's. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate using equations 1 and 2, so I just add those together. So if I add 1 and 2 together, the x's go away. Negative y plus 2y is 1y. Negative z minus 3z is a negative 4z equals negative 3. Now I'm going to eliminate the x's again. This time I'm going to use equations 2 and 3. If I multiplied equation 2 by a 3, then I'd have a negative 3x and a positive 3x, and those would go away. So I have negative 3x plus 6y minus 9z equals negative 12. Write down equation 3, 3x minus 2y minus 7z is equal to 0. X's go away, and I have 4y minus 16z is equal to 0. Now, I'm going to eliminate, I'm going to go down to my clap step, so I'm going to multiply this by a negative 4, and that will get rid of my y. So I could either get rid of the y's or get rid of the z's. I chose the y's. If I distribute the negative 4, I get negative 4y plus 16z is equal to 12. Okay, so look what happens. Sorry about the announcements. These cancel out. These cancel out. Don't panic. Okay, you have an equals. Left-hand side. Left-hand side is a 0 equals 12. I know that that is not true, so the answer is no solution. And as far as the consistent, inconsistent stuff, it's called inconsistent. Okay? If you ended up with 0 equals 0, don't change your notes, but if you did, it would be infinite solutions. Okay? If the answer is infinite solutions, then it's called consistent. Okay? Infinite solutions means consistent and dependent. So just have to remember that, basically. Okay? That is not the case on this. We ended up with 0 equals 12, but that's what it would be if we did end up like that. Okay? Okay, here we go with question 13. You're at a carnival. They're selling hamburger combos, hot dog combos, and sodas. Your family buys 1 hamburger combo, 1 hot dog combo, and they pay $20. Another family buys 1 hamburger combo, 2 hot dog combos, and 1 soda, and they pay $30. A third family buys 3 hamburger combos, 3 hot dog combos, and 2 sodas, and they pay $55. How much does each of these cost? Okay, so look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go hamburger combo, hot dog combo, and then soda. The number of hamburger combos is an X. The number of hot dog combos a Y. The number of soda is sold as a Z. So look at your family. They buy 1 hamburger combo. That's 1X. They buy one hot dog combo, that's one Y, and your family pays $20. The other family buys one hamburger combo, that's one X. Two hot dog combos, that's two Y. One soda, that's one Z, and that person pays 30. A third family buys two hamburger combos, that's 2X. Three hot dog combos, 3Y, and two sodas, 2Z, and they pay 55. So now, guys, you have a system of equations, and this equation 1, sorry about that, those announcements, equation 1 already doesn't have a Z, so it's like step 1 is done. So I'm going to write down X plus Y equals 20. Now I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to use equations 2 and 3, and I'm going to eliminate the Z's. So if I multiplied by a negative 2, I'd have a negative 2Z and a positive 2Z. So I'm going to go negative 2X minus 4Y minus 2Z equals negative 60. Then I'm going to write down 2X plus 3Y plus 2Z equals 55. The X's cancel and the Z's cancel, okay? If that happens, it's awesome because it helps you to go immediately down to the clap step because you automatically solve for something. So that gives you negative Y equals negative 5, which gives you Y is 5. So I know that Y stands for the hot dog combo, so now I know a hot dog combo is $5. Now, after the clap step, I go to the middle, but there's only one equation that ended up in the middle, and that's that one. So I'm just going to put in a 5. So I have X plus 5 equals 20. Pull my X over, I get X equals 15, and that stands for a hamburger combo. So a hamburger combo is $15. Then Z is soda. Remember, the last step into the dance is to go to the top. I'm going to choose equation 2 right there. So I'm going to go X, which is 15, plus 2 times Y, that's 2 times 5 is 10, plus Z equals 30. That gives me Z plus 25 equals 30. Move my 25 over, I get Z equals 5. So a soda must be like an extra large soda is $5. Okay? Okay, so I was supposed to show you, that's your answer. I was supposed to show you a video, but we obviously didn't have time. I am going to show you, but if there's no solution, remember that is called inconsistent. Done. No solution. Okay? If you have infinite solutions or one solutions, both of those are called consistent. If it's infinite solutions, this is how I remember this. I know it's silly, but it works. Infinite solutions means always, okay? If you have people that are always together, always, always, always together, they become too dependent upon each other. They don't have their own time. So if people are always together, they're dependent upon each other. So this is consistent and dependent. Okay? If you just have one solution, like you know how we have the ordered pair 1, 2, negative 5 or something like that, one solution, that's called consistent and independent. Okay? So, no solution, inconsistent, done. If there actually is a solution, it's either going to be infinite solutions or one solution. If you have a solution, it's consistent either way. If it's infinite, the people depend on each other too much, that is dependent. If you have an answer, it's called independent. Very quickly, just a quick picture of what that looks like, just on an XY axis. So if there's no solution, remember we already drew this, the lines are parallel. They're never going to touch. Okay? If you have infinite solutions, then we drew this as well. It's going to look like this, and you're going to have two lines on top of each other. If you have one solution, it's going to look like this, maybe something like a line like this, and then something like a line like this, and that's where they cross right there, okay? The video is going to show like a 3-dimensional system where we have like our X and Y and Z and what those look like. So we'll go back in the notes and kind of draw those in as well, but that's kind of the idea of it.